A family was talking inside their own home when their Alexa recorded the conversation and sent it to someone else. No hacker, no break-in. Just a smart speaker sitting quietly in a room, making one private moment leave the house. Look around your home. A smart speaker, a doorbell camera, a baby monitor, a smart TV, a streaming box, a digital picture frame connected to Wi-Fi. None of these feel dangerous. They feel normal. That is why this matters now. Smart home devices are household objects. Millions of people have invited microphones, cameras, sensors, and cloud-connected accounts into the most private spaces they own. And once these devices enter the home, the question changes from is it listening to something worse. Where does the recording go? Who can see the video? How long is it stored? Who inside the company can access it? What happens if your password was leaked years ago? And why can a cheap streaming box with no camera still make your home useful to criminals? To understand that chain, start with the case where nothing was technically hacked and privacy still failed. In May 2018, a Portland area family got a phone call that made them unplug every Alexa device in their house. One of the husband's colleagues had received an audio file. Not a voicemail they meant to send, not a message they recorded on purpose, an audio file of a private conversation from inside their home. The woman in the case said she felt invaded, like a total privacy invasion. Pause there, no hacker. No malware, no dark web forum, just a device doing what it was designed to do. Badly. Amazon said the Echo appeared to wake up after hearing something that sounded like Alexa. Then it interpreted background conversation as a request to send a message, a contact name, and confirmation. Wake word, command, contact, confirmation. The private conversation did not leave the house because someone broke in. It left because a machine misunderstood the room. That was the first warning. The second warning was worse, because once your voice leaves the room, it may not be handled only by a machine. A smart speaker is a microphone connected to a memory system. When a voice assistant thinks it hears a wake word, it may send audio to cloud servers so the command can be understood. The real processing happens somewhere else. That is the moment the smart speaker stops being a gadget and becomes a file cabinet. What gets stored? Who can review it? Can it be deleted? What happens when the voice belongs to a child? In 2019, major companies faced scrutiny over human review of voice assistant recordings. Later, Alexa users were given controls to disable human review. Then, in 2023, the problem became legal. The FTC and the Department of Justice charged Amazon with keeping children's Alexa voice recordings and geolocation data and undermining deletion requests. Amazon agreed to a $25 million civil penalty and deletion requirements. The point is not that every smart speaker records every word. The real lesson is that once audio becomes data, it can be stored, reviewed, retained, deleted badly, or used to improve systems you never see. But audio was only the beginning. The privacy risk became more serious when smart homes added cameras. A smart camera feels like protection. It watches the porch, catches package thieves, checks on pets, or monitors an empty room. But a smart camera is not just a camera. It is a live video feed tied to an app, a cloud account, company servers, employee permissions, contractor access, and a password. In 2023, the FTC said Ring failed to properly restrict employees and contractors' access to private customer videos. According to the FTC, one Ring employee viewed thousands of recordings belonging to female users whose cameras monitored intimate spaces, including bathrooms and bedrooms. A device bought for safety could become a window when access controls failed. The FTC also said Ring failed to properly monitor access, so the company could not fully determine how much inappropriate access may have happened. Ring agreed to a $5.8 million settlement tied to the privacy and security allegations. At first, the viewer worries about a stranger hacking the camera. But the Ring case showed another problem. Sometimes the access is already inside the system, because the company, the account, and the cloud all became part of the home. And then outsiders discovered something even simpler. They did not need to break the camera. They only needed your password. One of the simplest ways attackers accessed smart camera accounts was credential stuffing. That phrase sounds technical, but the idea is painfully ordinary. Attackers use email and password combinations exposed in older breaches. Then they test whether people reused those same passwords on other accounts. If you reused a password, the door may open. That is credential stuffing. Not magic, not advanced hacking, just trying old keys in new locks. According to the FTC, hackers access the accounts, cameras, stored videos, live streams, or profiles of about 55,000 US Ring customers. In some cases, attackers used two-way talk to harass, threaten, insult, and frighten people inside their own homes. The attacker does not only watch, the attacker can speak. So the weak point was not always the lens. Sometimes it was the password. Subscribe to Cinderlog if you want calm, factual, digital survival stories like this. No panic. Just the weak point before it finds you. That helps. But it does not end the story. Even if your account is secure, your footage can still become useful to someone else. Doorbell cameras record more than your property. They record the sidewalk, the street, neighbors, visitors, delivery workers, and people who never agreed to be recorded by your device. That turned smart doorbells into part of a neighborhood surveillance network. In 2022, Amazon disclosed that Ring gave footage to law enforcement without user consent 11 times that year in emergency situations. Around the same period, reports describe thousands of law enforcement agencies connected to Ring's public safety network. In January 2024, Ring said it would stop allowing police departments to request footage directly from users through the Neighbors app's Request for Assistance tool. But warrants, emergency exceptions, and later third-party request systems kept the debate alive. So the false comfort is this. But the strangest smart home threat may come from devices that cannot see or hear you at all. And then there are the devices nobody is afraid of. The cheap streaming box, the projector, the digital picture frame, the off-brand connected gadget bought because it was inexpensive and worked well enough. In 2025, the FBI warned about Bad Box 2.0, a botnet involving millions of infected connected devices, including streaming products, digital projectors, aftermarket vehicle infotainment systems, digital picture frames, and other internet-connected products. This is a different kind of danger. The device may not be watching you. It may not be listening to you. Instead, it can become infrastructure. A compromised device can help criminals route traffic through ordinary home internet connections. Their activity can appear to come from real households instead of the people actually controlling it. In 2026, the FBI warned again about residential proxy networks. These networks can hide criminal activity behind normal-looking home connections and be used for phishing, identity theft, fake accounts, brute force attacks, and other crimes. So the question changes again. It is not only who can watch me, the device bought for convenience can become a sensor. The device bought for safety can become a window. The device bought for entertainment can become part of someone else's criminal route. So the answer is not to throw every device away. The answer is to shrink the attack surface tonight. Count the devices in your home that can hear, see, locate, unlock, store, or route traffic. If the number is higher than you expected, that is the point. Start with the devices that see inside your home. Do not place indoor cameras in bedrooms, bathrooms, or children's rooms unless there is a serious reason. Use unique passwords for every smart home account. Turn on multi-factor authentication. Delete old voice recordings where possible. Review recording settings. Check who can access your camera feeds. Remove old devices from your account. Update firmware. Avoid unknown brand streaming boxes or free TV devices that seem too good to be true. And if your router supports it, put smart home devices on a guest network away from your main phone and computer. The danger is not owning smart devices. The danger is forgetting that each one is a door with a password, a policy, and a company behind it. Think back to the family whose Alexa sent a private conversation, a microphone, a cloud server, a camera account, a police request, a cheap streaming box. Together, they formed the smart home. It did not just connect your house to the internet. It connected the internet back in.